I just had a general question. I know if I use your method, I could save on the interest, but I've heard before, I don't know how true it is. My mortgage is like over 15 years, and I've heard that when you start your mortgage and you're paying your mortgage and things of that sort, like the first 10 or 15 years, that you basically only paying interest. You're not really paying toward the balance. So at this point, did I pay mostly all interest in my loan, even if I was to start your method like today?
Number one, let me ask you this. You say you've been into your loan 15 years?
About that,
Have you ever refinanced?
never.
Never. So what we would have to determine is, and what we can do is figure out how much interest you have left to pay. That would be the first thing.
Okay. Yes.
So once we do that, then we would see of the interest you have left to pay, let's just see how much we can save you. So I would be glad to put some numbers on the screen if you want to share something with us.
I'll have to pop in your room another day because I'm driving right now.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, but I know that I spent way too much interest because I bought I'm speaking in reference to a condo,
Right.
which I bought about 15 years ago, and I paid like 50, just to give you a general idea.
Yeah.
I paid like 50,000 for it,
So,
and I still owe like 20.
okay. So you have 50,000 on a condo, right? And was it a 30-year loan?
Yes,
And do you remember the interest rate at all?
it was 9%.
9%. There we go. So let me show you what's going on here with that. Okay. So on that, you're supposed to pay $94,000 in interest on that. That's what they wanted. Okay.
Okay, I'm listening.
All right. So now if you've been in 15 years, so the total amount is 94,000. And if we just take a look at 15 years in, that would be payment number 180. And I'm putting that on the screen right now. So we've got a $50,000 loan at 9% for 30 years. And what we have is a payment of right around $402.31. That is just principal and interest. Okay. That does not include taxes and insurance. But out of the $94,000 that the bank wanted, okay, on that loan, we're going to go down to scroll down to payment number 180. That's about 15 years in. Okay. And
Let me just tell you, my mortgage is a little under 400.
a little under 400. Okay.
It's a
Well,
little under 400.
that's
Yes.
okay. So what we're doing is we're just kind of estimating here.
Approximate.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
We're doing because we know you're driving. We can't look at your papers.
Okay.
So, but this is going to be good education for you anyway, especially when you go to YouTube and watch the replay. Okay. So if
Yes,
this
sir.
was your loan, that would mean you've paid 62,000 of the 94,000 that the bank is looking for, which gives you about 32,000 in interest left. So here's my question. If there was a way for you with the rest of the loan you're paying off, if you could pay less interest by knowing the methodology of interest cancellation, do you want to pay all the $32,000 you have left to pay on this loan?
No.
No. If there was a way for you to pay at 50% less, would you want to know?
Yes.
There you go. That's what we're talking about. So it's not about how fast you pay off the loan, it's how cheaply you pay off the loan, no matter where you are. Now, my guess is, here's my next guess. Are you in your forever home or do you plan to buy another one?
Oh, I definitely plan to buy another one.
Okay. But so if you learn these techniques now, then on your next home, which is going to probably not be a condo, what if you could get that home and cut your interest cost by 75% and pay off that new home with your regular budget in about 7 years instead of 30 years?
I would love it.
So here's what I'm talking about, folks. So here's the one thing you want to do, Miss Janice, when you're looking at getting your new home. Can I give you some advice or some things never to do?
Yes, sir.
All right. Never get less than a 30-year loan, ever.
Okay.
If they offer you a 40-year loan, take it. What did he just say? Don't make me crash my car.
Right. I'm telling you.
Okay. So here's what people don't know. A 40-year loan with your budget pays off the same as a 30-year loan if you're using my methodology. But 40 years gives you a smaller payment. All right. It gives you a smaller payment. And then with that smaller payment, you're not stretching your budget that much. So if you go to a 15-year loan, that gives you a larger payment, right?
Correct.
All right. So why stress that? So a 15-year loan pays off in 7 years, and a 30-year loan pays off in approximately 7 years, and a 40-year loan pays off approximately in 7 years. Why would anybody get anything less than a 30 and stress their budget?
Exactly.
See, that's one thing you never do. Never get anything less than a 30. Okay?
Thank you.
And let me give you another bit of advice. Never put a large down payment on a loan.
Oh.
Only you want to put only the minimum down. Let me ask you, have you ever been in the service?
Never.
Okay. Do you have a spouse that's been in the service?
No.
Okay. So here's what we're talking about. So what you want to do is if you get an FHA loan, then you could probably get away with putting about 3 or 3.5% down. All right.
Mm-hmm.
What city and state are you in, if I may ask?
I'm in Florida at the present. I had a house before up in New York, but this is I was using this for Airbnb for years while I was working, but now I'm living in my condo now.
All right.
But I just used it like a vacation, slash Airbnb, for those 15 years. And since the mortgage was so low, I never thought to refinance or anything like that. I was like, this little mortgage is nothing, so I just never thought to refinance or even pay it off, which I could have.
So listen, Miss Janice, right now you're thinking about a $400,000 loan. And did you realize the interest rates are rising?
Yes.
All right, let me tell you something. Don't be afraid of that. If you can afford the payment, you're better off at these higher interest rates than the lower ones we just had a few months ago. What did he say? Are you trying to make me crash my car? The man already said get a 40-year mortgage if you can get it. Now he's telling me that the 6% interest rates that they're trying to charge me are better than the 2.99% I could get a few months ago. So let me tell you something. Let me put a $400,000 mortgage in here at 6%. All right. And this is in Florida. So now.
No. The house is going to be in Delaware. I live in Florida.
It's going to be in Delaware?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. It's going to be in Delaware. All right. So listen, a house comparable to the one you're trying to buy. See, here's the payment on this is $2,398.20. Okay. That's the payment.
Yes.
A house comparable to the one you want to buy would probably rent for more than that. Okay.
Yes.
So keep that in mind. So keep this in mind. If you can afford the payment, don't let the interest rates scare you.
But Don has some valuable information that can contribute to the quality of a person's life. And it only costs you a few dollars. It's his book. Why not get that?
I'm going to go through the P.I.L.L method myself with some of my investment properties. So I'm going to link up with Don, and then I'm going to sit down with him, show him my investment portfolio, and see how I can eliminate interest.